damages. Otherwise, I'd have to sell my car. Yeah, I think that if you feel like you're going to have your property destroyed because of a purchase that was retroactively deemed to be evil, then
alrighty, boys.
yeah, you're probably
welcome to stream.
Probably on the wrong side. Look at this.
Now she says she feels targeted. Damaging a personal vehicle does not affect Elon. If anything, it's giving him more money to fix the vehicle that you damaged. It's not damaging who you're thinking it is.
Just before 6 p.m.
Yeah, this is
on
pretty
Thursday,
wild, boys.
Abigail Gill and her family were
I'm trying to adjust my
at dinner
volume.
at Olive Garden. Over an hour later, they left, and what they found waiting for them was shocking.
Quite a lot of damage.
Alright, there we go.
He keyed this side as well, which, as you can see, this side, it even looks like it affected above the tire.
Yep.
Oh boy.
A lot more damage.
This comes less than a week after a possible arson at a Tesla dealership in Kansas City.
Brush is disabled? Yeah, of course. That's what I was saying, is that this is why these people will lose the optics war, and they will look like retard, like they look like really, really stupid terrorists, because that's basically what they are.
Yeah.
This is what these people are doing. It's straight up friendly fire. She probably faked it. I don't know if she faked it or not. I mean, if there's a camera that shows it's happening, right?
Believes her brand new Tesla was targeted because of the current political climate and perception of Tesla CEO Elon Musk.
But it felt really disappointing that this is happening in such a great country, a great state. So for this to be happening in Kansas, of all places, is super shocking.
Well, it only takes one person.
Her family has had discussions around if it's even safe to be driving a Tesla anymore, in part because of incidents like hers. If she could send a message to the man who keyed her car.
Yeah, and it's another, you know, you can see
up,
again,
man.
it's another pajama-wearing white liberal that's going around acting and role-playing as Che Guevara. Yep.
Incidents like hers.
What a surprise.
If she could send a message to the man who keyed her car, it's this.
You have put a very big crisis on me because physically I am in a wheelchair. I just hope that he definitely gets the correct punishment.
This.
You have put a very big crisis on me because physically I am in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I just hope that he definitely gets the correct punishment. I hope he pays all of the damages. It is well over $1,000, possibly over $10,000 of damage. I hope that the Wichita police continue to find him.
Gill tells me she contacted the Wichita Police Department almost immediately and says they're still waiting for answers.
Well, hopefully they find the person and arrest him. That's what it is, man. And you'll see the lack of accountability from the left. It's not my fault. Your Tesla got damaged. It's Elon's fault. Yeah, handicapped Tesla driver. Shit, that's bad. Yeah. And she isn't that disabled at all. She's using a scooter. I can cross her legs. I'm quadriplegic, and I use an electric wheelchair. I know what disabled is. So you're saying that she's not disabled enough, so it's okay to basically. I don't know.
We're stupid as fuck.
Like, for example, like there's
not
a lot
disabled
of
enough is crazy. What the fuck?
Like, for example, like some people use wheelchairs because they're literally paralyzed. Other people have different nerve problems. Some people are able to walk and like get up out of the wheelchair momentarily, but they're not.
But then they can't go long distance. Yeah.
Because I think like sciatic nerve damage, for example, and like there's a whole spectrum of this, right? So
it's crazy.
There isn't just there's not LeBron James or quadriplegic iron lung, right? The reality is that you have a lot of people in the middle here, and if some like you really think she are we really going to go are we going to go the distance and say that this woman bought a wheelchair for sympathy? I mean, because if you're saying that, you losing your fucking mind, right? I mean, you're losing your mind. And I think that if that's what you're doing and that's what you're trying to say, you are clearly just fucking treading water and drowning, and you're like, no, she's faking the wheelchair, not a real wheelchair, it's fake, she's not really disabled. You are totally drowning. This is over. You've already lost. Okay? And so disability, yeah, can we get a disability tier list in here? Because like there's one, I mean, okay, actually, you know what? We've made enough woman jokes recently. I was going to say, you know, anyway, let's move on. So yes.
Surprise
And,
guest
to be fair,
appearance
what
from the
is the
kid.
rest of this? And to be fair,
okay, goodbye.
we have trans people keying and lighting cars
You
on
needed
fire
left.
because they're mad at a guy for exposing fraud. Anything's possible.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, sure.
bad.
But
I
like,
got
my
my phone
point is
charger.
that, you know, if you're trying to figure out a reason
have a good
why
charge,
this
but
isn't as bad as it
I need a
is,
charge for later.
you are part of the problem, and history will view you as the aggressor. They like when you attack a person in a wheelchair and you destroy their property indiscriminately for some disconnected
For some
political
stupid
goal.
shit?
You
Yeah.
are the bad guy. You're the one that did something wrong. You're the one that's not, you know, helping anything. You're the one that's committing the crime.
You're the one who's a
like,
fucking
in
idiot.
5 years,
Simple as that.
everybody is going to look at
Fucking
this
idiot.
and say, "Wow, what a fucking embarrassment!
Right.
This is pathetic." Did you see Musk calling out Hassan? No, I didn't see that. I'll have to go and take a look at it. But let me go back and make sure, see if there's anything else about this that I was going to see. No, this is really the only part of it that I was going to look at. But either way, it's pretty embarrassing.
This shit's wild, Bush. To say
That's
something.
very
Chuck my
embarrassing.
water.
And I hope that the people, and this is the other thing, is that I actually think that videos like this hurt the optics of like these Tesla terrorists.
All right, so
more than
we'll be streaming in a
anything,
few hours today, Bush.
because it destroys the argument that
We'll see.
you
All I
know,
need
they're
is an hour to
fighting
edit a
against,
video,
like,
so it gives me
corrupt
about like
power
3.5
system or
hours from
something
now
like
to
that.
start
When they
working on
have
that.
some woman who they're just destroying her
And I need an
car,
hour to get ready.
and you know, this is a disabled woman. There's a
I'll just
very
hate to get
clear
there.
right and wrong here. The same shit happened during
I'll check
BLM.
later.
Yeah, and how do people look back at BLM? They look back at BLM like it was a scam, it was destructive, it didn't do anything, and the people that ran it were con artists. So
Yeah.
literally the entire
Yeah, they
like,
were.
If you like
It was proven so.
at the time, it was like you couldn't really criticize it because you just get banned on social media. But like now that people are able to criticize it, everybody hated that. People thought it was garbage, and so yeah, I think this is really gonna, like, this will be judged very harshly in retrospect. Like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, people will look back at this and be like, wow, this was totally uncalled for and ridiculous. I can't believe people did this. And I think this is how it is with almost everything. I mean, every single movement, basically, that begins and ends with destroying random people's property in order to, like, achieve some sort of, you know, like, amorphous political goal.
Wait a
then,
fucking minute.
yes, it's going to look bad. And so that's really how I see it.
Are you
Why
for
do they never
real?
learn?
You could
Because
raise the
it's a
armrest
different
this whole
day.
time?
It's a
I didn't
different
fucking
crop
know
of
that.
19-year-old revolutionary communists every single time.
That just discovered
These
you
are
can lift
people who
armrests
think
on
that
this
they
fucking
can
chair.
reinvent the world. They're just morons. I think
Bro.
that they don't really, and also think isn't what they do. They're
Yeah,
not
sit down in
thinking
the
to
chair and
begin
actually,
with.
like, there we
They're
go.
emotional.
Instead of being
They
like
are
all low and
childish.
shit.
They don't think about the consequences of their actions. They just do what feels good, and
I
they
didn't
do what their
fucking know
friends are
that this
doing.
whole time.
And that's literally all there is to it. There's not really a whole lot of fine print or like details beyond that. They're
Which
not
is
deep
crazy.
thinkers. No, they're not. They can't see the bigger picture. No, and they don't want to. And if you try to tell them the bigger picture, they'll call you a racist. So yeah, no. If you have to disclaimer something to tell people not to destroy it, the people that are destroying it are the ones that are in the wrong. It's just not even a question. So I don't think they have the retrospection. The next generation will be embedded with the ideology, even if they do. Will be emboldened. I don't think so, because what's going to end up happening is that a lot of these Tesla people are going to end up going to jail for a really long time. And when that happens, it's going to set an example that this type of behavior, not only is it embarrassing and
I
it doesn't
can't
achieve
sprint
anything,
before I know.
but
Lose
it
height.
also makes you
Lose height.
end up going to jail. What's
Let it
this?
out.
Goodbye, Trump.
Goodbye, Donald Trump. We're moving to Canada for real.
Oh, you guys weren't joking this time. Cool. Well, welcome to Canada, where houses cost twice as much and salaries are 30% lower, where our unemployment rate is 60% higher, where our GDP per capita grew the worst among the G20 countries,
this
and
guy is
it's
crazy.
not even close.
Wow.
The healthcare is free, except not really, and 74,000 people have died on wait lists in the last 7 years, where we just
What?
replaced our prime minister with an investment banker who didn't live here for the last 10 years, and who also likes to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein's wife, or your guy is probably just going to buy us when we go bankrupt anyways. But hey, at least we've got ketchup chips, milk and bags, and less wildfires.
Wait, so less wildfires is
Are
a bad
these the
thing?
self-deportations that Trump was talking about? Bagged milk sounds bad. Yeah, it sounds nasty, bro. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, wow, that sucks.
Well,
So
we've had
people are
bagged
moving to
milk.
Canada,
What are they on
and they're
about?
actually going there.
When I was in high school, we had bagged
Good
milk.
for them, man. Good for them.
At least in
fun,
Cali.
Enjoy it, and you know, stay
Last time we
there.
had curtains was when I was like elementary school.
Stay there.
Like my brothers, they're in school and they get fucking bad milk too. They don't get no cartons. Yeah, ain't nobody getting cartons, man. CNN just.
Well, here, real quick.
I don't like CNN.
Sometimes it's important to do a little bit of reality check and take a little different spin at the numbers. I'm going to do that right here because all we talk about is how unpopular Donald Trump is. But in reality, he's basically more popular than he was at any point in term number one, and more popular than he was when he won election back in November of 2024. What are we talking about? His net favorable rating right now comes in at -4 points. Compare that to where he was when he won in November of 2024 when he was at -7 points, or March of 2017 when he was at -10 points. So when you compare Trump against himself,
he's gaining power.
He's actually closer to the apex than he is to the bottom of the trough. And of course, that's so important because Donald Trump has...
I think it's really crazy whenever you take a step back and you think about the fact that this dude lost the election, staged an insurrection on the Capitol, repudiated by everyone in the media, taken off every social media platform, sent into exile, all of his supporters jailed indefinitely, and in 4 years, he came back and he's the president again. That's impressive. It is. That is crazy. 2 shootings, yes, 1 assassination attempt, like a legit one, like literally almost shot him. The second one, they caught the guy. 2 assassination attempts, like fucking 30-something felonies. They were gonna put this guy in jail forever, and the only way he could get out of going to jail was by winning the presidency. And he did. That is a crazy fucking story. I have never heard of a comeback like this ever.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's a movie? Yes, it's insane.
It's Netflix.
And now he's
Netflix
more
movie?
popular than ever.
Historically speaking, has had his numbers underestimated. So I think it's very important to compare him to himself to understand he's actually more popular now than he was when he won.
Yep.
Or certainly where he was at this point back in his first term. The bottom line is Trump is more towards the ceiling than he is towards the floor.
So when you do that, it makes my knees hurt.
He's 78 and he's peaking, man. How do you do that?
So when you look at this compared to sort of historically,
78 is
what does it
crazy.
tell you about the percentage of folks that think the country itself, with him at the helm, is on the right track?
This, I think, is rather important.
There's a lot of
because,
people.
Again, if the polls have historically underestimated Donald Trump, what is a metric that might get at understanding at how popular he may actually be? So let's take a look at the percentage of the country who say that we're on the right track. It's actually a very high percentage
It's a lot.
when you compare it to some historical numbers. What are we talking about? According to Maris, 45% say that we're on the right track. That's the second highest that Maris has measured since 2009. How about NBC News? 44%. That's the highest since 2004. Wow. The bottom line is the percentage of Americans who say we're on the right track is through the roof. And if you were to compare it to when presidents have historically been reelected, of course, Trump is not constitutionally eligible to run for reelection, but I think it sort of puts it in perspective. 42% of the country.
Well, we'll see about that. The probability of Trump running for a 3rd term is in the double-digit numbers.
Says the country is on the right track when the incumbent party is reelected. And also keep in mind, back when Kamala Harris lost and the Democrats were turned out of
No, it would be his 4th election win, but his 3rd term in office.
power, only about 27 to 28% of the country said the country is on the right track. The bottom line is right now, a much higher percentage of the country says we're on the right track. And finally, Sarah Seidner, I want to put it all in the congressional generic ballot.
What about Congress?
What about Congress? Because those are the folks who are up in 2026. And take a look here. The Dems versus the Republicans on the generic congressional ballot. Back in November of 2020, when Democrats won, it was +5 Democrats. Tied in November of 2022, +1 in November of 2024 when Republicans maintain control. And then you look at March of 2025. This number looks a lot more like 2022 or 2024 when Republicans won control of Congress. The bottom line is, yes, Donald Trump's approval rating is lower than compared to a lot of his predecessors, but it's higher than compared to himself. A lot of folks say the country's on the right track, and the generic congressional ballot looks a heck of a lot more like when Republicans win than when Democrats win.
It will be interesting to see if any of what just happened with these leaking of the text plays into it in a later poll.
We gotta see later on.
I don't think people really care about that.
We gotta see.
I don't. Like,
I mean,
it was a big fuck
I personally don't care about that, but at the same time, like, I feel like there's gonna be a lasting effect, and plus there's gonna be a lasting effect of decisions made in the past few months. So we will see how that goes.
Done it like a massive fuck up, but I don't
Should
think
be
that's
able to see
gonna
results
have, like,
in a few months, within a year.
I can't
maybe a couple
imagine
years.
that people
We'll
are
see.
going to go and make a vote based off of that. I think that they might have, and they might have thought that they fucked up if somehow this sabotaged the raids or the bombings.
Supposed to be getting some
but it
massive
seems
fair
like it
next
didn't.
year or something like that.
This is very
It's a
telling.
funny
At
group
least
chat.
at this
Yeah,
point,
nobody gives a
Republicans
fuck.
are still in the catbird seat.
Like, I mean, well, that's
America.
actually not true. People do give a fuck, but the people that give a fuck are the ones that
And
already
it's supposed to
didn't
last a
like
whole
them to
year
begin
too.
with.
That's what's
I
crazy.
don't think this is like an issue that moves people in
I
one
think it'd be pretty
direction
cool.
or another.
And it's so easy to
Would I
do,
go?
and we should go to paper ballots.
No clue.
We should go to one-day voting. We should go to voter ID, and just one other thing, proof of a thing called citizenship in the United States. Wouldn't that be nice? How simple does that sound? Proof of citizenship, voter ID, one-day voting, and paper ballots. You know, paper ballots are very secure. They have watermark paper. It's very intricate stuff. It's very technologically advanced, even though it's paper. And you'd have no trouble. You wouldn't have dishonest elections, and you'd have them all
You
done.
still have trouble. They tried to start this bullshit in 2000 with Al Gore. They said somebody that had like basically they called it a hanging Chad. I remember this guy as a kid. And like basically they said, oh, well, if the hole isn't punched out all the way, then it doesn't count as a vote, which is like, in my opinion, just total bullshit. Like, it absolutely should count as a vote.
By 10 o'clock in the evening, you know, France went to that. And not that I want to copy anybody, but many others have also.
It's all computer.
They had
Everything's
38
computer.
million votes, and it was all done at 10 o'clock. They had a winner, they had a loser. That was it. Nobody was complaining. And they had it backed up with paper. And it's so easy to do. The other thing, you'd save about, this would cost you about 8% of what the machines cost.
That's a lot of money.
So the paper would be much less expensive. So if you're looking to save some money, that's a good way to save it. So it's a shame
So you just
that
print
we've
out a
gone
bunch of
through it.
Biden
We've gone through a
ballots.
bad election,
Yeah.
really bad election. The election was so bad. And think of it. You wouldn't have had the October 7th disaster with it.
We already know what the next 10 minutes are going to be, right? Yeah, we know. Some say it was the worst election ever.
I just got paid $60,000 for my car crash from using this app on
That's
my
crazy.
phone. And I don't know if you could see this.
Trump is 100% serious about it. Interesting. All right, boys. We're going to the dark side of YouTube. So we're gonna watch Dante react to it. Nick Crowley. Okay, let's watch. I'm Dante reacts to the last photos of disturbing.
Likely Culpeper Creek. She had perhaps slipped.
I think I started watching this, but I wasn't paying
A
attention.
scantily clad white female, estimated to have been between
shit, this
30
shit
and
is
40
loud.
years of age, couldn't be linked to any missing persons reports in the area. In lieu of her real name, whatever that may be, she was given the moniker Anson County Jane Doe. She was estimated to have perished at some point in 2021. Unusually, at the time of her demise, the only clothing that the woman was wearing was a black Secret Treasures bra and a pair of leggings. Her cause of death has never been officially announced. While attempting to identify the woman, the most compelling and easily the most disturbing lead the authorities came upon were several images captured by a trail cam close to where the doe's remains were found.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's Mike. Wait. Anson County.
On May 12th, 2022, the badly decomposed remains of a still
Yeah,
unidentified
we're gonna
woman
react
were discovered
and make
in
it a
wooded
video.
area in Wadesboro, North
Nick
Carolina.
Crowley.
Just
Darkest moments. Okay. Okay. So we're cooking. Let's see if it should sub.
Today, more than anything else, we're gonna do this. Nice guy must die. Nice guy must die. Nice guy must die. This is my house from the street. Here is my car.
Alrighty, boys. So if you're just joining us over from the YouTube side of things, so we are live right now. If you guys want to check out the live streams and watch my reactions live, you guys can go ahead and find it in the link in the description, switch.tv/EliteRaiderVP. Or you can just go click on my bio, go to the live page over on YouTube. We're always live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Unless I say it's something different, which in that case, you guys can go to my Discord and you guys can get all those announcements and stuff like that. And the Discord is linked in the description as well, just my regular community one. But anyways, without further ado, boys, we're going to be reacting to YouTube's Darkest Videos by Nick Rowley. So I started getting into these a little bit about, like, I'd say, like a week ago, or not even a week ago, probably like 2 days ago. I watched like Dante react to a few of them. He only has a few on his channel. So I figured let's react to the ones that I haven't seen and then put it up for content up on YouTube, since I need some more React content, you know. Anyways, boys, let's go ahead and get into it. No, you know, if there's a comment shout out, it'll be up there, but I don't know, it'll be up there at some point. But anyways, boys, let's go ahead and get going with the actual video itself.
The dark side of YouTube, a place that I probably frequent far too often for my own good. But I've fallen in love with the search for finding the most
vibes it gives is just so fucking so crazy. How old is this video?
Channels. But in these haunting corners, I often
4
find
years
myself
ago
stumbling upon one-off videos whose origins are both deeply disturbing and entirely mysterious. And today we'll be deep diving into 3.
It's crazy because the editing in the newer ones is crazy, but it still has the same vibe as the older videos. Intelsat.
Space exploration. At its most successful, we have produced some of mankind's greatest accomplishments.
That's one small step for man.
But with these inspiring victories came tragic failures.
Challenger, go with throttle up.
Okay. Oh.
There's little room for error when attempting to visit space.
Yeah.
Oftentimes the failures are catastrophic, to the point where they can't be hidden from the public eye. But oddly enough, perhaps one of the greatest disasters in the great pursuit of space is likely one that many of you haven't heard of, and that's because in large part, it may have been covered up. It happened back in February 1996 at the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in China. There, an American company named Space Systems, in collaboration with Chinese scientists, had built a telecommunications satellite that was set to take off on the 15th of the month.
Yeah,
with
it's
China
just a satellite,
having
right?
built and produced the rocket itself.
Don't have anybody in it?
The satellite would be known as Intelsat 708 and was set to orbit Earth for 15 long years, an estimated lifespan that would turn out to be
what's so bad about a
far
satellite?
too
There's nobody on it.
generous, as in actuality, its trip would only last a mere 15 seconds. On the 15th of February 1996, the Seattle Times would publish an article titled "China Rocket Crashes to Earth. Fatalities Reported in Space Program Setback." The story went on to read, the newly developed Long March 3B rocket
That must have hit somebody.
the Intelsat Inc. satellite veered towards the ground and exploded moments after liftoff at 3:01 a.m. Hong Kong radio said 4 people were killed and dozens were injured in the explosion, but Shang Lui, a spokeswoman for the government aerospace agency, said that there were no deaths.
What the
It's
fuck?
a devastating scene to imagine, however, as the rocket was said to weigh roughly 900,000 pounds and would have
Holy
produced
shit.
a violent explosion. But the early conflicting
Hell
reports on
no.
the death toll were initially a promising sign, as the one official source had claimed that there were no fatalities. However, this number would later be changed after investigation, as Chinese officials reported that, in the end, 6 people had died as the result of the satellite's crash,
And it could have
along
been
with
more.
a whopping 57 others, having suffered minor injuries.
It could have been even more.
Things, it was a
It could have been
tragic event,
vaporized,
but with
which
the
is
information
horrible.
presented by the government, it seems safe to say that things could have gone a lot worse, and that's because they likely
Jesus
did.
Christ.
When on site, the group of Americans would wind up filming the entire event in a recording that is now found a home on YouTube. And thanks to this video, we have a visual of just how horrific the incident
Holy
truly was.
shit. Okay, so it goes up. Oh my god. It immediately just takes off to the side. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's good, man. Holy. Oh my. Bro. Oh my god, dude, the freaking sound of the shockwave.
Devastating explosion.
Damn.
Created such a powerful shockwave that all the glass in the surrounding area had shattered.
Fucking
something that can
boof.
actually be heard moments after the crash.
That's like a meteor smacking against the earth.
And this isn't the only angle shown
Holy.
in the video either, as someone in a nearby town had been recording as well.
Oh my god, could you imagine being in that nearby town? Bro. That's even closer.
This angle shows the rocket striking incredibly close to where the
Yeah,
person
what
was
the
filming.
hell?
But what it failed to show is that not only had this rocket crashed, but it had crashed directly in the center of what is believed to be Maylin Village, an area that was said to be home to well over 1,000 civilians.
Holy
Seeing
shit.
the massive explosion and knowing it happened right in the middle of a
Hold
popular
on.
village
Wait
leaves
a
one
minute.
to imagine.
All that space that they have over in China, and they couldn't build a fucking space area that like was miles and miles and miles away. Like I don't mean like 50 miles. I mean like a stupid distance. I get people that gotta commute to and from work, but bro, why would you have it that close to a village, like a regular ass town? That's like having like a space station right next to LA. Like that's the stupidest shit I've ever fucking heard. Like why the fuck?
How
That
only
makes
6
no
people had
fucking
lost their
sense.
lives.
No
Things only
fucking
get more
sense.
suspicious as the video
All
shows
space
the
stations over here
destruction
in America
up
are like
close the following day.
out in the distance. They're far as shit from everything. Oh my god. Damn. That's the fucking dude. Everything got fucking. Holy shit. Could you imagine taking a shit when this happened?
It's hard to put into words the level of ruin that this village
Shit would
was in
immediately
following
ejected.
the crash. Buildings everywhere were not just damaged,
They were
but
destroyed.
decimated, reduced to nothing but rubble. And it wasn't in a centralized location either, as the damage was spread out everywhere, making it
Yeah.
unlikely that many would survive the ordeal had they been in
Definitely
the immediate area.
fucking not.
Which begs that question, how had more people not died? This question has prompted many to wonder whether or not China had
That sounds like a
covered up the
fucking-
official number of casualties.
That's a cover
in an
up, bro.
attempt to not lose all credibility in their space program. A
That's a
theory that is
cover up.
further brought into
There's
question
no
by the
way.
fact that
That's an
reporters
entire
were quickly
fucking
taken away
town.
from the site, only to see dozens
With
of
1,000 people in
ambulances,
it?
as well as flatbed trucks that some claimed were used to load the dead. Trucks that had gotten to the scene well before the Americans recording the ordeal were able to, which would have provided them ample time to remove any bodies from the area. However, despite the video emerging and all the questions put forward,
Yeah, and wouldn't there
the
be a
official
bunch of
death
people
toll has
rebuilding if
never
they were
been
all alive?
changed by Chinese officials. Yet in the United States, experts have given their own estimates of the sheer magnitude of the catastrophe.
They probably
as it's
wiped out the
widely believed
entire
that
fucking
anywhere
town.
From 200 to 500 people had perished as a result of the faulty satellite launch. With some
Because there were people
experts even
outside, yeah,
suggesting
but like
the
that
number
was
is
a
even
few
higher.
compared to
Just
1,000.
watching this infamous video, it's not hard to understand why.
Holy
but
shit.
unfortunately, it's likely we'll never know how many people died that day, as Chinese officials have held firm on their death toll, claiming the area had actually been evacuated before impact, though this claim is heavily disputed to this day. And it's made it
Evacuated,
even more
motherfucker, they had
difficult to
15
find
seconds.
answers, as the village itself that's shown within this video technically doesn't even exist. According to a handful of first-hand
Wait a
accounts, after the incident, this entire village had simply vanished, with there being, quote, virtually no trace of it having ever existed. In the end,
That sounds like a planned job, bro.
Unanswered questions.
There's somebody who lived in that village that did not want around, bro. That's how it looks like to me.
Very well be the most devastating space-related disaster of all time, as it's likely
They
we'll
fucking
never see
wiped
anything
that
of this
town.
magnitude again. Or
Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. That is not okay, bro. Holy shit. Is that a rocket? Why are they standing next to it? What if it blows up again? Debris from it. That was only debris too. Could you imagine it was a whole fucking rocket? Bro. These guys are all just fucking talking on regular and shit. Like, bro, what the fuck?
the following were all videos that have surfaced here on YouTube from China, showcasing other rocket launch failures that again have decimated more towns.
Dude, China's got the worst fucking rockets ever, apparently.
Very recently, with most having gone unreported on by Chinese officials. And had it not been for these YouTube videos, we would likely have no idea that these disasters had even happened. It's very clear that China has been.
Do you even want to know whether the fuck these things happen?
Failures, with it all likely having started back with Intelsat 708. So though for now this may likely be the most devastating space launch failure ever, it may not hold this title forever.
Final dive?
Our next video takes us to Bosnia, which is home to some of the most
we're only 10 minutes in.
Bridge diving competitions
10 minutes
in the world. And though these events may seem reckless and
my fucking
in
god,
actuality, they are a commonplace, with TV networks even airing the competitions live.
Dude, this shit is crazy.
Capturing tragedy on live TV. And on August 7th, 2016, one of these televised events would go live as divers jumped from a 65-foot bridge in the river Drina. One of the top competitors entering the day was Andre Bew, a gold medalist diver with thousands of dives under his belt.
Right.
And though the water was said to be a little chilly that day, conditions were otherwise perfect for the event, as Andre prepared to show off his skill to the crowd. And from the moment he leapt off that platform, he appeared to be in top form, hitting the water with his usual grace.
Right.
Another stellar dive by the champion. Only this time, things would quickly go wrong.
What the fuck happened? They just not come back up or something? What the fuck happened?
Andre can be seen on camera for a moment resurfacing from his dive, but almost immediately things go awry as his head submerges back under the water, disappearing into the murky depths. Soon after, we can see one of his arms briefly break the surface before going under again, this time disappearing completely. Luckily, there was a rescue crew waiting on standby for a moment just like this, as they drove their boats over to the struggling swimmer. But despite the large number of emergency staff, they all seemed hesitant to jump in the water, and it takes Andre's head resurfacing once again for the first lifeguard to enter the water. However, at this point, he was already gone. Andre, the championship diver, a man who has done countless other dives,
but what the hell happened?
Had vanished.
That's the real question.
To the point where emergency crews would eventually be called.
What the hell is that noise?
His lifeless body would be found days later down the river on August 11th, having suffered from multiple fractures as well as typical decay.
Get out of the
video would soon be posted to YouTube
God, are you
and picked
kidding
up steam on local and worldwide news outlets, with many wondering what could have happened to make this otherwise masterful diver lose his life on such a routine day. especially given that
Put
there
that in a
seemed to
YouTube
be
video.
nothing in
Fucking
his near
cat just went in the
perfect
flower
dive that
bag,
would
bro.
indicate a risk of injury
Jose.
upon hitting the water. And even if it hadn't been
What is
perfect,
wrong with you,
the
girl?
large number of emergency staff should have been enough
need a
to
bath.
prevent a tragedy like this. But despite them being on scene within seconds, not only was he not rescued, but his body would go missing for days. Despite the video being viewed over 1 million times, there still seems to be no concrete and accepted cause of death, which has caused several theories to pop up as to what may have actually happened that day. Some theorize that the cold temperature of the water had sent his body into shock, a note that is given some validity, as the emergency crew on hand would later give an excuse for not entering the water in a timely manner by saying that the water was, quote, too cold. A jarring claim given that they were paid professionals, hired specifically to rescue helpless swimmers, yet they were deterred by cold water. But this shock theory doesn't fully add up, as multiple divers had already participated up until this point, and none had faced any issues whatsoever. And if the water was truly that cold, one would imagine that they would have just cancelled the event altogether, as again these were legitimate, professionally run events. Now perhaps the darkest theory put forth is that Andre was dragged below the surface by something in the water. This may sound ridiculous at first, but the River Drina is known to be inhabited by a species of fish called the Wells catfish. These catfish are remarkably large, as
That
they
part,
can reach
it's still gonna
sizes
be
of
that part
over
of the video,
9
man.
feet long,
Oh my
with
god.
the heaviest ever being caught
That's a big ass
being
fish.
at a
What did I
staggering
miss?
330 pounds. And they are said to be extremely hostile, especially during
I had to
mating
freaking wipe my
season,
cat
when
down.
males are guarding their
She literally
nests.
jumped into the
And
flower bag, bro.
coincidentally,
She's covered in
competition
flour.
had taken place right at the end of their typical
Pendeja.
mating season. So it's entirely possible that when Andre jumped in the water, he landed in the vicinity of one of these protective fish, who would have then instinctively attacked, dragging him under the water and leaving him unable to swim back to the surface. This would explain why he seems to almost be sucked under the water,
He
even
got
looking behind
dragged.
him as if he noticed it coming towards him, as well as why the emergency response team was so hesitant to jump in after him. Plus, it would account for how his body had disappeared so quickly, and how they were unable to locate it until days after, with multiple fractures. And given the lack of protruding teeth that these fish have, the injuries that it would have left behind would be more akin to bruising and fractures, which
Yeah.
were injuries that were supposedly
That's
prevalent on his
crazy.
body. And these facts
They don't
are
clear the
far from
waters
only
for this
evidence
shit?
to point to this cause of death, with the most damning coming from the video itself. When watching the clip, right as we see Andre's arm surface, for the final time, we can see what appears to be a fin breaking the surface just feet away from him. Many have speculated that this could be the tail fin of a giant Wells catfish, as it appears to be completely synchronized with Andre going under the water for the final time, leaving this as a very legitimate theory. But along
Holy
with this,
hell.
another major theory has been put forth, and that is the idea that Andre had suffered a broken vertebrae upon entering the water. The news site Telegraph actually reported this as the official autopsy's cause of death, but the validity of this claim is shaky, as it offers no citations, as well as being the only news site to report this information, despite universal coverage of the case. But we do know that his body did have multiple fractures when it was found, though the location of it has yet to be confirmed. And with that being said, a broken vertebrae is a risk for any diver, and it would have limited him from being able to keep his head above water, even as a experienced
I people
professional.
do this shit, bro.
But as
People are
mentioned
fucking
previously,
stupid.
nothing
Just don't do
seemed
it.
off in his diving form.
I can
and
live
had he
without
actually
fucking diving off a
suffered
fucking
from
bridge,
vertebrae
bro. I think I'm good.
fractures once hitting the water, he likely would have lost all feelings in his limbs, rendering him unable to move. Yet he was able to hold his head above water and move his arms during the ordeal. So either they had fractured,
Or it could have been his
way,
legs that
or
were
was
jacked up
potentially
and he
made
was just
worse
flailing
when he
his
started to
arms.
move, causing him to go limp.
Dude, Chad,
or
this shit, this
to
video is
a dead
crazy,
end.
bro. Fucking
Whatever
crazy.
the case may be, the event and the subsequent video footage
Fuck
remains a chilling mystery. Andre's
Yeah, it
family
does.
has since
Does remain
sued
a
the
fucking
response
chilling
team
mystery,
for
because what the
negligence.
fuck?
And while there's no way to be sure, it's more than likely that
After this video,
faster
boys, we're gonna play some
response
Rivals.
time would have at the very least
Probably for an
recovered
hour.
his body
Use
in
a Fortnite for
timely
an hour.
manner, and given
And
the
then,
family
I don't know, when I get home later
more
today, I'll edit
direct
all those videos.
answers and
I'm gonna
some
record
much
everything,
needed
so.
closure. But whereas Andre and his family likely would have never guessed his life would end that day,
After going,
our
obviously.
final video
Probably won't have time to do all of them.
showcases a subject
I'll
that
upload this
may
one
be
though.
alluding to
This
her
one will be
own
easy to edit.
impending fate.
Shouldn't be too long, like 30 minutes.
Hey Shannon. We were talking by the fire.
Oh man, dude, these are fun to watch, bro. I don't know if that's just me, but I mean, it's fun. Okay, yeah, that's great. The cut in and the white silhouette.
This is
Hell
Oh
no.
In Hai, a 36-year-old Korean actress turned beauty YouTuber, a beloved and at times controversial
narrator?
celebrity from South Korea. And the video you're
Right.
watching now follows the typical mold of many others across her channel, as she frequently shared beauty tips in the form of vlogs.
Right.
However, this video came with a twist, due to the fact that it would prove to be the last she'd ever post.
What the
As
fuck?
just 2 days upon going live, she would be dead, leaving behind a grieving family,
What
thousands of
the
heartbroken
hell?
fans, and what some would claim to be a cryptic set of clues. It was the night of September 13th, 2020, when a friend of Oh In Hai checked in on the actress, only to find her unconscious.
Oh, that was during COVID, yeah.
Medical personnel were called, but by the time they reached the hospital, she had no pulse. And despite having been
What
revived
the
for a
hell?
short period of time, she would sadly pass away on the morning of September 14th. The
Okay,
investigation that
but
followed was a quick one, and equally as vague, with officials hastily stating that the actress had taken her own life, something that would be confirmed via autopsy the following day, with her official cause of death being cardiac arrest from a suicide attempt. Although details from this autopsy would never be released, and no further context was provided.
okay, but like,
leading to the story
what
being
the
forgotten,
fuck gave her
as many
cardiac
have accepted
arrest?
In-Hai's death as an open and shut case. However, despite the autopsy being released, online speculation had only just begun, as internet sleuths began to notice a number of oddities, especially in regards to her social media use in the
Right.
days leading to her death. And it all seemed to begin with that final video titled In-Hai's Nightly Routine Skincare. The video itself was labeled as Volume 48, something she did chronologically with every video she uploaded. But strangely,
Damn, and she had a
In-Hai
cat she
made
left
an error
behind,
with
bro.
this
That's even
final
more
video,
sad, too.
as her previous upload was 45.
It's
So
even worse than
naturally,
it
this
already
video
is,
would have been
man.
Volume 46 instead of 48. A rather minor detail to nitpick, but it gets even stranger from here. As the video plays, things take a sudden turn as a jarring glitch unfolds on the screen. A glitch that begins 48 seconds in and ends at the 1 minute and 46 second mark.
Okay.
즉흥적으로 해보려고 카메라를 켰습니다. 아 시원해. 아직 머리도 안 말렸는데 진짜 리얼로
What the
보여주니까 정말 평소에 쓰는 나이트 케어가 어떻게 되는지 순서도 지금 즉흥적으로
That's not creepy at all.
토너를 화장솜에 묻혀서 닦아내야겠죠?
The video of In-Hai randomly begins to buffer
Yo,
for
epilepsy
nearly
warning,
10
boys.
minutes in a bizarre
Jesus
and
Christ.
disturbing manner, as it gives the illusion of In-Hai chopping at her neck over and over and over again. And even more strangely, despite the audio track being consistent throughout this strange glitch, around the 92-second mark, you can hear what appears to be another voice come in.
아시죠?
It seems unnaturally high-pitched, and
What
clearly was
the-
not part of the original audio track. According to multiple reports online, this unexplained voice supposedly says something that roughly translates to, "I'm going to die."
What
Though
the
some have countered
fuck,
this claim,
chat?
stating that this translation
Hell
is a
no.
reach. Around the 103rd second mark, another unnatural voice can also be heard, though to my knowledge, a direct translation
Shit
hasn't
giving
been
me
found.
chills.
And immediately following the strange soundbite, the video begins to play normally, as if nothing happened. It's an error that lasts no
Right.
more than a minute, yet the clock in the background of the video skips forward 3 to 4 minutes, potentially casting doubt on the idea that this could be an error within the video file itself. All in all, this entire section of the video is
Creepy.
and In-Hai herself
Creepy.
even addresses this by adding, "Please skip over the buffering parts," in parentheses at the end of her title. Despite the clarification, it's hard to ignore the movements she makes during this. I mean, she's repeatedly chopping at her neck for a whole minute, and couple this with the supposed disembodied voice seemingly saying, "I'm going to die." Something about this video just wasn't adding up, as after all, looking through her channel, every one of her other videos are cleanly
Very
edited
normal.
and filmed
Yeah.
in a professional manner. and going through her catalog reveals no major editing flaws. Yet this minute-long error in the beginning of a video made the final cut.
Yeah, it's one thing to have like a small error, because I've messed up sometimes where like the video will like it's not fully rendered or something like that, or like something will be messed up like a transition. That's a transition. That's just like a second or two. That's something that I barely missed. People point it out, be like 10 seconds, and be like, oh damn, I'll fix that next time. That's a full fucking minute. She didn't see that in the editing process?
Be off here, especially given the fact that just 48 hours later, Owen High would be dead.
And then she died.
And though this may just be a coincidental glitch, I struggle to believe that an error like that could cause these strange voices, especially when those voices are pitched differently, and that one
So
might
is
be
it a
saying,
fucking ghost that
"I'm
got
going to
her?
die."
Said she died of cardiac
But
arrest?
if it wasn't a buffering error, then that means it would have been done intentionally, which is incredibly important to note given that Owen High was her own video editor for this particular video. She had sole control over its production, meaning she would have been the one to orchestrate this, which leaves the big question, why?
Okay, and then how the fuck did she actually die? Like, how did she try to kill herself?
Alluding to her own death within this video, as just 48 hours later, she would be found without a pulse. A time that is noteworthy, considering she had mistakenly numbered her video as 48, despite it really being the 46th upload, along with the glitch itself beginning at the 48-second mark. And to add even more to the coincidence of this number, in her video prior to her last, she added these subtitles which feature the numbers 4 and 8 shown over and over again, which in the context of the video did actually translate to a relevant joke. However, it's strange regardless.
But still,
that would make one question whether she used the number 48 to symbolize her impending death, especially given the movement of her comb and the morbid voiceover.
Oh, yeah.
And the theories don't
Holy
stop there,
shit.
as there were even those who thought that this wasn't a clue to her impending suicide, but rather it was a hint at her impending murder. This theory stems from her last Instagram post, uploaded on the night of her death, that simply featured a photo of a flower, but the caption is what interests most, as it translated to, "I guess everyone is seeing this, even the person who said I'm just a body," implying a piece of meat, and saying it's not the wording that he can even use till the end. "I think I have to expose you because of that one phrase. I didn't want to believe anything else that came out of that mouth." Tagged in the post was a prominent lawyer and frequent social media user named Wang, a man who, even to this day, we're unsure of what his relationship was to Owen High. Much like the video she had posted in the days prior, this caption was extremely out of the ordinary.
Crazy, and like, dude, the
her
conspiracy is
posts were
crazy.
positive and
Conspiracy
cheerful.
itself is crazy.
And after an hour of confused fans questioning her, Owen High would delete the post altogether. Around this time, Wayne would also delete all of his social media, having gone completely silent since. Quickly, it was speculated that In-High was going to expose Wang for some type of misconduct, and in fear of losing his career, he went after her. This theory was backed up by testimony from In-High's own family, who upon seeing In-High in the hospital, noticed bruises all over her body, although this was likely a result of the hours of CPR that had been performed on her. Regardless of what the connection was, it is a bit odd that just one day...
But all over her body? That's not CPR. CPR would be in like a general area, like towards her chest, or her stomach, or like even her neck. Not her fucking, the rest of her body.
However, in actuality, Wayne was never even considered a suspect by police, and it has never even been proven that the two knew each other, making it unlikely that he had any involvement in her death.
Right, but then that could have been his alibi, you know?
It seems more likely that this final Instagram post, and even this final video, really just hinted at In-High's declining mental health. Which
it could have been
back
that
to
too.
the idea that this video was made as a hint that she would take her own life.
Yeah.
According to her own friends, In-High had spent years in a deep depression that stemmed all the way back in 2011. That year, she became enthralled in controversy when she wore a revealing dress at a Korean award show. And though this may seem like a minor detail, this would actually lead to her eventual blacklisting from the Korean film industry, as she would receive less and less roles until 2014, when she would cease appearing in films completely, becoming a universally hated person in the country she lived in.
Damn,
so
that's
it's
crazy.
understandable why she would have been in a very dark place mentally.
That
And
sucks.
given the taboo nature of mental health in South Korea, she likely did not have resources for proper
Yeah,
therapy
no, they don't have
or
shit.
medication to help deal with these
Had
feelings.
higher suicide
Something
rate?
that could
That's
have
fucking
escalated
crazy.
to her acting erratically, and maybe even sending out a cryptic call for help, with Wang potentially having said or did something that would prove to be the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. Or, at the end of the day, it could all just be a huge coincidence. As, after all, practically all the articles we could find on this case are far from reputable, and many of the strange details could, at the end of the day, be chalked up to as confirmation bias. Plus, we've seen many online claims that it's very likely the mysterious
This is just creepy, bro.
were really
This is just
frivolous, sped
creepy.
up for
Not only is it
comedic
creepy,
effect,
but like
to make some sort of sarcastic joke.
the
A note that is
coincidences
easy to miss as a
and the
non-native
conspiracy
speaker.
are a little fucking
Whatever the
too
true meaning of this
coincidency, I
video
guess you could say.
is,
Like
it
they're
serves
too
as a dark spot in the
like
world
they
of
fit too
YouTube,
well.
with it having been mysteriously
Jesus
removed
Christ.
once speculation began to arise for reasons that remain unknown, making it a cryptic yet fitting end to one of YouTube's darkest videos.
Yeah, that is fucking horrible. I did not think that video was gonna go that crazy. Yeah, that I don't know, but we're definitely doing more of these reactions to Nick Crowley because Lord have mercy. That was crazy. The other ones were crazy, the ones that I've already seen. The ones I have seen are a couple of the newer ones. But that was dark. Okay, that was really bad. Hearing these stories is just absolutely crazy. Anyways, boys, that's pretty much gonna cover it for the video portion of it. If you guys are here for the stream, we're gonna go play some rivals. But for the video portion, that was wild, and we're doing more of these, and we'll be doing more react content to other stuff, not even just dark videos. So don't worry, this is just not a one-off, but not the regular content. Anyways, boys, if you guys were a part of the video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, so boys, we are done with the video portion of stream here, at least for that. Let's go over to Rivals. I'm gonna play that for about an hour-ish. Maybe Fortnite. I might even take a nap before I leave, so we'll probably do probably just Rivals. I don't know, we'll see. Because by then, I mean, we'll be at like the 2-hour mark, right? Not too bad. Holy. Alright, well, we gotta wait for the game to launch. Hey, that is god-awfully loud. Alright, folks. Game share is already working. Oh, I didn't even change it. But it's working. How's my lighting, boys? It's still, yeah, it's really bad. Unfortunately, some of the cats knocked out, whatchamacallit. Not that some of the blinds, so we don't have every single blind on the screen door anymore. Because, yeah, crazy cats. That's why. But we got more rivals. Got more rivals, boys. Right, now the audio seems like it's low. Alright, let's go. Come on, boys. We're getting straight into rank. Oh, I need more time. How's the mouse not working? The mouse isn't working, boys. What's happening? Okay, what the hell just happened? Control C. Control B. Hopefully we got time to switch the title before the match starts. And I gotta input the thumbnail and switch the category. Shit. Marvel Rivals. Damn, somebody just not loading into the game? Hey, you in my game? Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I don't know why it's taking so long to load. What's going on with that? TQT on the team? Cool, cool. Oh, I see, Notorious. Yep, yep. Yeah, what's up the load time, bro? Is there someone that's not loaded in? Oh, it's someone from our team that's not loaded in. Okay. I feel like the match is just gonna cancel. Because last time it took this long, it just should have canceled, so. No clue. Yeah, zero fucking clue. Alright, well, I guess we just wait. Shit. Had to check something anyways. Gave us plenty of time to switch the details in our stream, so that actually kind of worked out. Just a little bit. Keep hearing someone's mic. Oh, I have voice shut off. Player failed to load. Match has been canceled. Yep. Yo, GG. Good luck in finding your next one. Oh, man. Hey, I always have voice chat off. I used to keep it on, and then... Yeah, lecturing weirdos is what I kept running into in VC, so I just stopped turning it on. All I heard, like, it's one thing to be like, hey, can you do this? And, like, give good suggestions, but to sit there and, like, complain and bitch the entire time, like, no one wants to hear it, man. You trying to queue? Oh, my bad, I already started a match. I bet I didn't see that. Messages come in a little late sometimes.
I'm not anyone's sidekick.
Damn, everybody fucking install out their characters, bro. Did bro really just flex his lords and then just... Okay. Yeah, I get it. Every game there'll always be one person complaining? Yeah. There's always somebody complaining. Does not matter. It's always somebody. You know what, we'll turn it on just for the sake of comms, but I'm just not gonna talk. Yeah, there's no point in talking. Let me make sure it's actually on my good mic too. Make sure we're on push to talk. Voice chat, sure, man. Okay.
Back and so I can do anymore.
Just for the sake of comms.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
And they banned fucking Bucky anyways, you bastards. Fucking bastards. How many tanks we got? One? I'm cool with running tank. Open your eyes. I ain't against it.
Is but an illusion.
I mean, honestly, we could run triple support with the Loki, but I mean, I'm not that sure about that either because of the Squirrel Girl. It just depends. You either really get really good Squirrel Girls, or they're just absolutely just bots. I've never seen in between. There's a couple of characters where it's either they're really fucking good, or they are absolutely shit. I say Hella, Hawkeye, Squirrel Girl, and whatchamacallit, and Spider-Man's. There you go. If they're either extremely, I've never seen in betweens with those characters.
Are there squirrels in your place? All living things eventually come to me.
Yeah, see, I sometimes complain, I will admit, but like I don't go into VC and start fucking, you know, yelling at people and shit. Like that's like stupid. I'll complain to myself. Like there's nothing constructive to come out of complaining. Really not. At least like complaining to them.
I am strengthened for battle. I have tagged a foe. Punch them.
Our foes may be near. Battle means ever-increasing hell.
Okay, so he already rezzed. We have to get rid of that, yeah, we need to get rid of that. Right here. Punisher. There we go. Get rid of that side pressure. There we go.
I'm sorry, Squirrel Girl.
Not worth wasting magic on you.
I had to get rid of some of that side pressure. We're getting pressure to her.
I am strengthened for battle.
That's just not good.
The Sorcerer Supreme returns.
Alright, I don't think anybody's doing bad. I just think we got picked off because they were splitting. They were splitting so hard and we're getting pressured way too hard from the side. That's all good, everybody's back anyways.
Nothing here. Suspicious. It seems we have company.
Warlord behind. Look, I'm gonna take your ult first. Let me do it.
Bring on the chaos.
Us against the world.
That's not good. There we go.
Balak behind.
By the eye of Agamotto.
There we go.
A timely intervention.
Only 60 seconds left.
There we go. Oh, you got that cloak. There we go.
I am strengthened for battle. Out, dark magic. I have tagged a foe.
Alright, well, we only got 15 seconds, boys. Let's close it up.
We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
By the eye of Agamotto. Get in
Just show you.
There we go, very nice.
Is
Nice little cleanup crew, boys.
0. Time to switch things up, including which side.
Very, very nice. Team's doing very well. I like it. Love to see it.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
You'll need a top.
Oh, I can't complain about heals at all. DPS have been backing up pretty well. Everybody that got decently low up front usually dies pretty quickly. It was just that beginning fight was a little disorganized, but like I said, they were literally pushing from every fucking angle. I don't know how the fuck you communicate that when there's only one person chatting in the thing, so. Beautiful plays, beautiful team, beautiful moves.
I would knit the dimensions back together if it were within my
Alright, we'll start recording that game, boys. I wanted to get a nice little warm-up at least, and then we'll start recording for the YT. Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing this now, where it's like streams, and then off the streams we'll get the content.
Get ready.
And then if I get any extra content later in the day, I'll record that as well. Dude, what is wrong with you getting every single bag you see? Get out. Dude, my freaking cat is climbing into my backpack. Like, bro, no. No. Dude, climb into the flower bag. Climb into my backpack. Like, what else are you gonna climb into? Just because you can go in there doesn't mean you should go in there.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
The Vishanti sent me to the Ancient One.
Yeah, throw those
It was
bags
my
out.
destiny.
The flower bag and stuff, it's empty. Oh, shit. Wow, okay. Headshotted by Hawkeye immediately. Yeah, I need to jump. I think one of our supports got picked.
Hands are shaking again.
We're gonna need something for that Hawkeye, 100%. I can at least get it to 50 on this ult here. And we can 100% close this out very quickly. We just need to... We need to catch someone in their backline completely off guard. Okay, everybody's dying. Right back there.
Combo support.
The Vishanti guide us to retreat. Sound the retreat.
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
What the f...
Portal.
I feel like I'm being watched.
We have company.
Thank God you could reposition.
A shortcut through space.
Disappear! Assistance.
Leave me, dark.
I figured that'd probably be best. Instead of just walking down the lane where he just firing straight down. Make it harder for him. Because aiming up as Hawkeye is a lot harder than aiming down. So, you know, that's just how it be. Alright. I feel like nobody does the upvotes anymore. Do the upvotes do anything? Or they just give you XP? Yeah, something else I noticed is people don't even watch the highlights anymore. I remember when the game first came out, the highlights were like a huge thing. Oh, is my highlight this entire fucking... Oh yeah, that's right, because I wiped fucking nearly everybody right here. Are you guys ready for this shit? Ayo, by the Ayo Mama Coco. Hell yeah. By the eye of my asshole. Alright. Okay. Alright, chat. Let's go to that game. You calm down, you crazy cat? Have you finally calmed down? Stop climbing into shit? You're just gonna sit up here and just take a nap? Crazy cat. Oh man. Anybody play Pokemon Go? Add me on there, bro. Need more friends on here. Oh, the Geodude just fled. The one I was trying to catch. Oh, that Pokemon just fled. Why are they all fleeing? What the hell? Surskit? I don't think I have a Surskit. Why is this one so feisty? Stop moving. Are we joking right now? There's 3 Pokemon that have fled on me. Whatever, I'm doing a Pokemon run later anyways.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Well, for sure do a Pokemon run.
Open your eyes.
I was thinking about live streaming when I do Pokemon runs, but I'd have to do it on data, and I don't think my data would be very good to stream on. I think it would eat it all up in 2 seconds. So I don't think it's a great idea. Ban Namor. I'm cool with that. Warlock? Who the fuck picked Warlock? Yeah, what the fuck? What the hell was that? Okay, I was about to say, if it actually picked Warlock, that's crazy. Alright, Namor. They put Star-Lord. Interesting. Interesting pick. I'm guessing they're not gonna ban Bucky since they want Star-Lord. So I'm gonna assume that we're probably gonna need to pick someone actually fucking useful. Oh no, they went Bucky. We just banned Warlock, boys. How do we feel about that?
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Do they have someone crazy? Dude, someone on our team is named fucking Squirt King. It's a record, boys. Somebody on our team is named fucking Squirt King, bro. What the fuck? Fucking Squirt King's on our team, boys.
There is only
Is this Squirt King?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
No need to get your fancy claws dirty, Your Highness. I got this.
There are few hunters who can match my ferocity, Logan.
Big talk.
I don't know about Stranger Love's map, but was someone playing Adam? Someone had to have been playing Adam or something.
The battle starts in 5.
I don't even think our teammate's here.
3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Well, ain't this a fair
We could have portal Loki, but whatever.
got ourselves into, huh?
Not that big of a deal. It honestly isn't. But at the same time, we could have banned something more useful. But then again, they're not even using. Yeah, see, Spider-Man was the ban I was thinking of, but. Because now our backline's getting absolutely fucking pummeled. Okay, we're gonna need a 3rd support or an extra DPS, because that we just got absolutely railed. Uncle turning a 3rd support.
Orbit was my life. But wouldn't it be fabulous to capture the mission area?
Yeah, that was not it.
That one hurts. I like the cold. Someone needs a snowball in the face.
Do we need a backup or something?
Be strong together. I'll get you next time. Thanks so much.
Your god is suffering.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
I feel like
Come on,
myself
time.
again.
That one hurts. I suck. Us against the world.
It's clobbering time! We are through!
Yeah, I like how we're just letting our.
Powers are mine!
Holy shit! I'm about to get jumped.
A nice deep freeze. They've almost got it.
Yeah, I'm getting physically assaulted in the back line, bro. Bro. Do our DPS even have any kills? Nobody has any kills!
This feels empty, yet somehow dangerous.
What?
You'll have to keep
Nice. Nice. I mean, fucking great move, man.
As bad as things get, I try to stay positive. I'm Luna Snow.
I don't think group walls are the issue, bro.
I shine in darkness. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
We're playing the worst fucking comp.
I'm the
He copy support ults? Oh boy. There we go.
I'm Luna Snow.
Just keep me on that.
One of the few metals you have no power over. Do you truly see me as such a threat? Quite the opposite.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
When I find whoever did this to the world, that will be a bad day for them. Less coming lots. Oh, I'm fine, get my name. That's the boost I need.
Thanks so much.
This could all come down. Battlefield ready again. I am with the amazing Spider-Man!
Bro, can we get off Black Panther, bro? Jesus Christ. Why? Nobody has a fucking kill? Not a single goddamn person has a kill on my team aside from the fucking... What the fuck, man?
It's okay. Admit it. You need me. Thanks so much. I suck.
That's enough, Castle.
Double KO. Control C.
I have to go DPS Luna, boys. Okay. DPS Luna it is. Or you guys can just go straight out of my line of sight. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Boys, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Your powers are mine!
DPS Luna. DPS Luna. Freeze.
Destructible environment here.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I'm hunkering down. I feel like myself again.
I suck.
Bogey here. Something seems fishy here.
Us against the world. I am ready to put on a show.
It's clobbering time! I need medical support.
Here is almost yours.
Get in
I
there.
like the cold. It's okay. Admit it. You need me.
To victory!
I found one of our critics.
Ah. Damn.
The amazing
I was unlucky though.
bends to my will.
Look at that, 9 and 5, bro.
Come back.
Bro, why did I have to play fucking... DPS Luna is fun, bro.
Forlitz was my life. But wouldn't it be fabulous to have an all-superhero band?
Judgment is ready.
30 seconds before you attack.
But also, yeah, good job to our fucking Punisher, though. That's what's crazy. Bro, so...
Make one move I don't like.
How much damage you got?
You on the spot. Ooh, a threat. How exciting.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Almost everyone knows what's right. Not everyone does it. Final judgment is ready. Your attacks are futile. Oh, I'm fine. Much better. I'm doing this my way.
Warning. Protective shield compromised. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Moon Knight's art is no longer a threat.
His name were
I'm
banned?
making a comeback.
Far too simple a victory.
Shit, I think it's banned.
I'm good to go. I like the cold. Capture the mission area.
Bro, I need fucking protection, bro. Like, I literally dove in there to save everybody and they all fucking did.
Someone needs a snowball in the face.
Alright. BP got a couple kills. We should be able to turn the tides here, man.
Much better.
I like the cold. I'm hurt. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect the Panther. Let's try that. Obviously what I'm connecting to right now is just not working very well.
Ready to put on a show.
Get on point, get on point, get on point.
The world.
Ship shaping to bring on the chaos. They're on your tail.
You get a web it, you get a web it, you get a web.
Together, my
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
much better.
We're finding our group.
Foes draw near. Pure and simple.
Control C. Time to
There we go.
celebrate. I was worried.
Cleanup crew. Let's go. Thing is crazy right now.
Sorry, no escaping us now.
Your powers are mine.
That's Vibranium's true power.
Us against the world.
Behold, a nice deep freeze.
Your god is suffering.
Be careful over here. I don't have to be sent
I'll get all his BP through you, Magneto.
Perfect place to do some damage. I found one of our critics. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. Get the crowd hyped.
How many ults do we have? I'm the only one who's close to ult. Loki's right behind me. Capo after that. Oh shit. No time to dawdle.
I like the cold.
They're pulling up quick.
to be center stage. I was worried. Sorry, no escaping us now.
No limits.
I suck.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
So battlefield ready again.
Us against the world.
They're behind us.
Sorry, no escaping us now.
Much better.
Thanks so much. I suck.
Fast! Grace us with victory!
Oof. Alright, that was close. That was close. I thought they were going to catch back on the point. Luna and Loki carried. Oh god. Holy shit. Real shit. Oh, what, the MVP too on Luna? Hell yeah. Let's go, boys. 8 final hits as a dive. No shit, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yikes. Got him. All good. We got the dub, boys, and we got the MVP. Very nice. What's up, everybody? We should get XP from it, so that's all though. I mean, oh, is that November guys? Alright. Alright, we'll record another one, and then I think that's good for videos. I don't want to create a backlog of videos. Granted, the Luna, I think the Luna gameplay is for a video.
Which hero do you think you want to be today? Now, who am I gonna banish
I'm not even sure what to play this round. I mean, we did so fucking good on Luna. I'm really considering just playing Luna again. Really considering it. Well, they all ban it. They're gonna ban Bucky anyway, so not really anybody else I would choose. How about? Yeah, they ban Wolf. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Group. I am 100% good with banning Group. It's not even a bad pick. Ban the Loki. Interesting.
I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness. Pick your hero.
I'll go Luna.
Villain,
Somebody's
I'm
gonna
not
go
judging.
fucking. Alright. Scroll Girl, Spider-Man. We'll pocket the Spider-Man, focus Mag with heal, or Mag and Thing with heals, and then Scroll Girl can fucking figure herself out. We'll hit her every once in a while, but bottom fucking priority, man. Keep it a stack. Because one, granted, she's gonna be in the back line with us, so it's not really gonna take a lot for us to hit her. And two, we have Cloak and Dagger as well. So obviously we're still gonna hit her with heals, but that's not gonna be as often as the other ones. Because we're gonna have Paga and Spider-Man, so he'll be healed. Thing's gonna be taking a lot of damage, so we gotta focus him quite a bit. Matt's got shield, so we can time him off a little bit. He'll be like the medium priority, and then we'll have fucking Squirrel at bottom. Obviously, we'll focus Cloak if she gets low, but that's if she gets low. She's got so much utility in her fucking kit.
People treat you like a monster, but you just
It's hard to kill with fucking Cloak and Dagger. Because then the second you think you got a low, guess what? Oh, bitch. And then she ain't dead. Unless I got a mag.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's why we have a mag, because we're 100% going to be playing against a Cloak and Dagger. No doubt in my mind. And Spider-Man already took off before I could fucking beat him. Okay.
Be strong together. Mine's in place.
Much better. Miniature metal spiders.
Capture the mission area. I like the cold. Be careful over here.
Much better.
I suck.
Me to do that again. It seems we have company.
I've still got songs to sing.
That was very much assaulting her backline. Meanwhile, Mag's just fucking pushing in an Narnia.
Blow up.
We must retreat. They're over here.
I like the cold.
I feel like myself again.
That's gonna hit. Nice, good pick. I like that.
Mission area. Keep going.
No, that didn't matter.
Control lost.
I would have died with ult if I popped my ult, so I just didn't want to pop it right there.
I can be reckless now.
I'll be ready soon, I swear.
The light force is building. Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Much better.
I am ready to put on a show. I don't have to be center stage. I am ready to put on a show. Need some help. Versus Spider, look behind you. Thanks so much. I control seized.
Found one.
There they are. Name one of the party crashers.
I feel like myself again.
I suck. I'm strong together.
My favorite die.
How you're frozen.
Assemble! Self-guided spider bombs? Yikes!
I appreciate you. I was worried. I suck. It's spider time!
This is real firepower. The odds. Again.
Control lost. They've almost got it. I've still got songs to sing. Be strong together. Time for some fireworks. There they are. Thanks for the shield.
You get a weapon! You get a weapon! You get away!
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. I am ready to put on a show! I don't have to be center stage.
Sandy, watch out!
My favorite time!
Watch out!
I suck trophies!
Assemble! This is real firepower!
That one hurts.
Your spider's never good at you. Strange is toying with reality. You attacks me. Myself again.
I'm opening a portal. A shortcut through space. One good
Self-guided spider bombs? And this is why I never worry about the exit.
Holy shit. Alright, it worked. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Holy.
All those open your eyes. Reality?
All I ever wanted to do was sing, really.
The portal had to be done.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. You know how you have all the powers of a spider and all the powers of a man?
Just like you have all the powers of a squirrel and all the powers of a girl. So...
Okay, so here's a question I don't want the answer to. If I can summon an army of rodents to obey my every command, the battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? Thank you. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have even thought it. I shouldn't have pictured it. I'm sorry for picturing it. This is my fault. I'm gonna do a lap. Can I wash my brain?
Pretty sure those are bad guys.
Sorry, I'm ready. Need some help.
Hey, Spide! These your gizmos!
A nice
feel
deep
like
freeze.
myself too.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Oh, that's somebody get picked.
You cannot hurt me.
This!
I'm making a comeback.
You get a weapon! You get a weapon! You get a weapon!
With you.
Thanks so much.
Step in my step.
Nice of spider bombs.
Much better.
I appreciate you. It's spider time!
Those spider
Someone needs us. Time for my biggest hit. They captured the mission area! Be your best self. Try and hurt me now. That one hurt.
Bro, what are we doing?
Someone needs a snowball in the face. Help! So close. Thanks.
My face!
Judge! Jury! Executioner!
This is real fire!
I am ready to put on a show!
Nice.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Those squids will hunt my night like this hole.
like myself again.
Healing. They've almost got it!
You get a weapon! You get a weapon! You get a weapon!
To be center stage.
Namor's subjects are tenacious.
Sure those are bad guys. Hey! It's a mob over here!
There's a battle this day.
Control seized!
3 cheers for us!
Tandy needs help.
Sorry, no escaping us now.
Much better.
You're clear of the spider nest!
I like the cold.
How refreshing.
Why do I always get old as soon as I die? Granted, Cloak and Dagger's gonna be able to hold out until I get there.
I'm back in the fight.
Hold out. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shit, less than 10 seconds, I guess.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Getting cooked, man.
I'm back in the fight.
You get a weapon!
Here
You
is
get a
almost
weapon!
yours.
You get a weapon!
Be strong together. A nice deep breeze. Thanks for the shield.
It seems I feel like myself again.
You're doing better than they are. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Back to the bottom of the ocean with you.
I'm opening a portal.
Control lost. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
We lack strength for this encounter. Lord Medicine. These mechanical outstuff.
Put some pep in my step.
Motherfuckers just sit there with their fucking turret, fucking. This is coming out, bro. Some fucking bullshit. I fucking hate that map with a passion. Just so awkward to fucking do anything on that fucking map.
Orlit was my life. But wouldn't it be fabulous to have an all superhero band? I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon.
Okay, I fuck with the 3 healer comp. This is a god tier 3 heal comp. You know why? Because we got 3 crazy ass support ults. Probably the top 3 in the game, aside from maybe Loki because he can copy the exact same one, like Luna or something. But you have Cloak and Dagger, which we can, if we time this shit right, she can go first. Probably, yeah, it's between me and Invisible Wound. Whoever uses it first.
All you need to do is capture the
And
mission
then,
area.
yeah, I don't know. We'll fucking figure it out. We'll go
You
crazy.
think this is a challenge? Try raising 2 superpowered kids.
There they are. Be strong together. Thanks so much. It's fighter time! Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Assemble!
I suck.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Capture the mission area! I don't want to be center stage. I am ready to put on a show!
Wow, we did that at the exact same time.
It's okay. Admit it. You need me.
You get a weapon. You get a weapon. Needed that. Thanks.
I suck. A little help, please.
This is real firepower.
Please, I'm not dealing with that.
Damn. Yeah, we just gotta time it better. It's all good. Invisible Woman's gonna have hers sooner this time, so.
Control lost. I suck. I was worried.
Ah, much better. You're
They look like they mean business.
Send their weapons aboard.
I like the cold. It's the place for life.
Perhaps something with a bit less metal in it next time. Over here. You dish it out. I can take it. Judge, jury, the execution.
My step? I was worried. That's not right. Some help. Just embrace the light. A nice deep freeze. Shields up.
I feel like myself again.
Do I throw like a girl? Do you have a license for that thing?
This is real. Don't mess with the
They've almost got it. I'm back in the fight. Ready. A nice deep freeze. Thanks so much. Be strong together. Relax, Pete. We have a winner. I'm making a comeback. Help. So cold. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Damn, man. Unfortunate Bush. This happens you play dive into anti-dive.
Disney is suddenly getting a heart in saying that they are concerned with prices of the park and asking, you know, why can't families afford Disneyland? And why isn't it such a magical place?
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Disney is only magical if you're a millionaire. Let me say that again. Disney is only magical if you're
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Okay, you can't just buy tickets to the park,
Now,
okay?
who am I gonna banish for this match?
Then I would have to take to that park, okay? My son wants to go for his birthday, right? So it's not just like $150 a ticket because you won't get on any rides. So if you want to do fast passes, that could add on another $400 per ticket. Then you have all the food. Forget about staying at Disney. Nobody can afford that, again, unless you're a millionaire. But to be able to pay to have the magical experience, you have to be able to get ahead of the line, because everybody knows you go to Disney and you're lucky if you get on 1 to 2 rides, and most times it's not even the ride you wanted to get on. It's just the ride you're settling on because the lines are so insane. You know, all the adventure, like the McQueen ride that's always 2 hours.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Parts are way too expensive. And look at any father leaving any
Be wary.
Disney.
No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
It's so hard to enjoy it because you're thinking about how much money you just wasted. You're getting and it's just Disney. It is not like the middle class family is not a no. You have to be a million Disney park.
Round 1.
I am not the man I used to be. I have found a
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Place where you go, you get some burger that's worse than McDonald's.
Tony Stark. I'm totally fangirling.
Walt Disney would roll over
swap autographs after the plane.
This is not
Swap?
the original Disney.
You should just be asking for mine. When's the last time you sold out Stark Arena, Gramps?
All right, K-pop, let's go save the world.
Everybody else stay at home. Stay at home.
The battle starts in 5,
Along with
4,
myself. Don't do
3,
that. I can't afford
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Sorry I'm late. Had to buy a company.
Have my own static power knows no limits. You cannot hurt me.
How the fuck are we dying?
Let's reset.
I don't know how the fuck we all died there when I threw a shield at. Like a fucking hidden person I'm not aware of?
Subjects are tenacious. I'll give them that. You cannot hurt me. Oh, much better. Your attacks are futile.
A nice deep freeze. Poor creatures. They served a cruel king. There they are.
They shall not escape our wrath.
Okay, order the calamari.
Your attacks are futile.
Oh, we going with my own?
I feel like myself again. Fear Magneto! Your attacks are futile. Let's clobber and die!
This shit's not working.
I feel like myself again.
I am the king of my people, god of our gods.
Your friends are uglier than
They did not obey, so they paid the price.
A nice deep freeze. I am wounded.
Pulse charge, fire!
Think sleeping.
Your attacks are insect bites.
Octopus alert. A nice deep freeze.
A hasty retreat would be wise.
We gotta reset again.
Hard to find
I'm injured. I need the herb.
Only 60 seconds left.
Not lagging?
We
What
can
the
go
fuck
with
is it?
my ult. We'll have a Luna ult soon. Are we all here? Go in, go in.
I am ready to put on a show.
Pulse charge, fire!
Much better.
Iron Man, whatever. Fucking A, man.
How refreshing.
will not rest yet. No thing like the real thing, baby.
That's one ugly backup bad name.
Yeah, I don't know. We got no
Got
value
no
out of
elims with
DPS.
2 Iron Man ults. Like, I don't know, man.
We got no value out of it.
The current score is 0-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
I think you're a little too turned, my boy.
Are you ready to hunt?
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Those who oppose me shall be left to drown in my wake.
Using a heart and saying that they are concerned, you. Or that again. Hey, you're thinking how much money you just
In the
wasted.
ocean's avenging sun, you will get no love from me.
I mean, it's just Disney. It is not magical at all. They're like, hey, middle class
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You have to be a millionaire.
I got my eyes on your fish face.
Disney parks.
Don't step out of line.
The food is.
We are on the same team, Grim. I will not lay a hand
Put up
upon
a
you.
decent food place like you go to get some burger. That's
Just
worse
keep
than
those
McDonald's.
slimy
It's
feet
just
of
the
yours
quality
off,
of Disney
Susan.
parks. Walt Disney
The
would
battle starts
roll
in
over in
5,
his grave because
4,
this is not
3,
the original Disney.
2,
It's
1.
not magical. They need
You
to
have to stop them from securing the mission area.
for millionaires. Everybody
I'd
else.
rather make music than do anything else.
Back to the bottom of the ocean with you. How refreshing. Wash our foes away. Protect your king. It seems I have found a foe.
I like that.
GG, guys.
Final score 0-1. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Jesus Christ. That shit gives me like, I don't know. Holy shit. I'm gonna end stream, boys. There's no way we came off such a good Luna game. Played Luna again, barely lost, and then we lost that fucking shit. Fuck no. I'm done, boys. I'm gonna end stream. Your boys will be live again maybe later. Like later tonight. I don't know. I'll have to see. I have to edit some videos, so. Anyways, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye, boys.